Welcome to AABLI Board Talks, where we're pioneering change.
Hi, my name is Christa Washington, and I'm a proud alumna of the AABLI Class 11, 2016. And I'm honored to have the opportunity to present to you this evening about a topic that's very personal to me as it relates and deals with leadership and resiliency. The title of my board talk is The Road Ahead: Respond, Recover, Rediscover. I'd like to start with a quote. It simply says, touch the intellect and you move part of the person. Touch the soul and you move the entire person. Now, I would like to break down the 3 R's that are in my topic. The first one is respond. What is that charge for you as a leader to respond? That means you're going to simply need to sit down and consider with what is the new normal. And as you're sitting down, strategizing how you go forward, it will be critical and important to maintain continuity in order to go forward in an organized manner that will allow for you to move forward productively. The second R that I have in my topic says recover. As you're recovering from this disruption of a pandemic, this will present the opportunity to learn new things. And as you're learning new things, that allows for you to grow and be stronger and better as you go into the future. And lastly, deals with the rediscover R. This allows you to take time to really prepare and shape what you want to see come next for your organization. So I would like to submit to you how you may do this. So now you have a unique opportunity to look for ways in which you can have an impact as well as sustainability. So how do you start in order to create these opportunities? First, you want to staff beyond your strengths. Find those people that you will need that have those unique skill sets and talents that will certainly help you as you strategize for what will come next. The second thing, which is what I really think is really so important for leadership, because it deals with your character and your integrity. Consider your personal values, your core values. And those are things that will allow you to be led in the right direction. And the third thing is, as you're considering your plan of action, don't just manage, lead. People are looking to you for answers. And it's okay to say you don't know something. This is a new time for us all, and it's certainly going to take some time to figure it out. Be okay with small progress. Don't try to make big waves. Simply look for where the need is and work to meet that need. And as you're looking for that need and how you can fill the need and how you're leading to make sure that you're doing it the right way, take time to ask yourself 3 questions. What can you control? We realize now in this pandemic, there's very little we can control. But as a leader who's been called to a charge, I submit to you that you can control your influence. How you respond during this difficult time will be something you can respond. Your actions will speak for you. The second thing is, ask yourself, what is it you simply just need to accept? And that may be that things are going to be different, and you have to accept some changes will need to be made. And those changes may be difficult decisions, and those changes may happen more than once as you're going forward. Be okay with some trial and error, because this is uncharted territory. And the third question, I want you to simply ask yourself as you begin to go forward, what is my next right step? Think for a moment on what is the first thing you should be really considering that you want to do. This will be important as you're leading people and you're leading with confidence. So remember, people are looking to you as the leader to have the answers. And so I have put together what I think will be some practical tools that you can use as you go forward. As a psychologist, I'm always looking for the psychological impact on things. And I think one of the ways that it's really going to be imperative for leaders to do well in this time and for organizations to last and to sustain is to be willing to be flexible. So I want to talk about what your flexibility should look like as a leader. The first area of flexibility I would like to address with you is cognitive flexibility. So we're talking about your thinking, your mind. Here you will need to be nimble. It will be important for you to consider new approaches and strategies. Be okay with new frameworks, because what has worked in the past simply may not work now and what is to go forward in the future. So think about your relationships with other leaders and other professionals and leverage those connections, because they may have information that will help you as you're working to establish new strategies and ways of doing things. The second area of flexibility deals with dispositional flexibility. This is your ability to remain optimistic, but yet realistic. Accept and acknowledge that this is a difficult situation. However, it will be imperative to simultaneously also have hope and to visualize a better future. Your disposition of confidence and calm will set the tone for how your workers will respond to your leadership in crises and in a disruption. And the final area of flexibility is emotional flexibility. This is a concept in psychology known as emotional intelligence by Goldman. And he simply says, you have to learn how to manage your own emotions as well as manage the emotions of others. Recognize that a global pandemic is a very difficult time for us all. And people are going to be anxious. They're going to be worried about their jobs, about their futures. And so it will be important for you to check in with your employees, see how they're doing. Put practices in place that will help them manage any type of stress or worry they may be dealing with. Things that you can do that are practical is allow for breaks. Just recently, I was reading an article about Google, and Google is encouraging their workers to simply take a day off so you don't get burned out or overwhelmed or too stressed that you cannot perform at the level that is needed. So encourage that. Check in often, because people trust and believe you when they know that you care about them as a person. And I would like to leave you finally with some parting words. As a leader, remember, it's always important to be decent and to be fair, and to require the same of those you lead and those who are in your presence. And as you go forward, I know this is uncertain times for us all. And I think it will be so important for you to consider, what is your anchor? As a leader, you're human. So you need to recognize you too will need some time to decompress. So I say to you, find an anchor. My anchor is in my reading and my prayer life. You know, I look at it this way. I feel like there's no time ever wasted if I have a good book by my side. And I was able to establish my anchor from observing my mother and her practices. My mother valued very much a life of prayer, a life of service, and dedication to her professional work. And because of that anchor, in challenging times, she was able to maintain, and I have been able to do the same. So please find your anchor. Your anchor may be your faith. Your anchor may be exercising. Your anchor may be meditation. Whatever it is, connect with it and use it. And don't be afraid to use it often. I hope that you found this talk helpful, and thank you so much for listening.